What's going on, everybody? Just wanted to show you a deck that I've been kind of tweaking and messing around with for the new featured location, the Collapsing Mines. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to balance it, but it's something that I've had quite a bit of fun with. So kind of your main lines are, when Collapsing Mine triggers, you're going to have death be probably around 1 cost. So the ideal state is to do something like play Sunspot out. If you can get Zabu into Wong, even better, but Sunspot into potentially Moon Girl to try and copy She-Hulk and Death, so that on turn 6 you're playing 2 She-Hulk and 2 Death. That's kind of like the main line. There's some kind of sublines here for, you know, packing Shang-Chi with Zabu for killing opposing deaths. You've got the Spider-Man Absorbing Man combo, and you kind of have this... I run Black Bolt because I love Black Bolt. A lot of the times he is not the play. However, if you think your opponent is setting up for their own Death Wave type play, and you haven't quite gotten to do your own Zabu Moon Girl thing, you can try and Wong into Black Bolt to try and make sure you discard their expensive cards at the end of the game. Like I said, that's not your main line. In fact, quite often it's not a line at all. A lot of times you just don't play your Black Bolt, or you're playing him for the power. But it is an option nonetheless, and anytime I can slam Black Bolt into a deck, I'm doing so. But the main things you're looking for are copying She-Hulk and Death with your Sunspot. That's your main source of power output. And then if you can copy them or even just play Spider-Man into Absorbing Man, that's kind of like your main secondary win condition, I would say. And then Shang-Chi's just there to be obnoxious. So let's hop on into some games and see how we can do. We've got our first matchup against Vant. And there's the mine. So we're going to pass turn 1. We don't have a Sunspot, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so we have to get Death out before turn 6. We're going to try and get some cards out of our hand to try Moon Girl. Although Moon Girl might not be the play just because... I don't know if we'll be able to get both cards out before turn 6. I definitely think we'd be able to get double Death out before turn 6. But the double She-Hulk, I'm not so sure. I just got God played. They just went right for the Death. Okay. I actually don't want to win Asgard.
Wind, aid my hand.
Is it worth dumping my hand just to get rid of this? Because the alternative would be I wind up with a second Shang-Chi. But if I do it this way, I wind up with another one anyway. I think that's fine. Ooh. Oh, that's extra bad. Okay. Do I try and go for a second Absorbing Man? Like, do I do something like... My problem with that is then I can't go double Death on the right. Although I don't necessarily think that's going to be our play anyway. Let's go for this. Into that, into that. The only issue being they're getting a guaranteed 10 power from our She-Hulk. Oh, never mind. I forgot they played Storm. Interesting. Are they packing something that can beat this? They can't play Destroyer. I think our odds are probably like 30-ish%. But we're going to play this out for the content. Taking a 9-point lead with She-Hulk is decent. Oh, that one took it over the top. We're going to fall 2 powers short with the Silver Surfer. Honestly, not bad. Closer than I was expecting. Maybe I would have held some cards back if I did not forget that they flooded, but I still don't think there was a great power balance to go for there. Let's get another one. I've like... that's not good. I just made both of those cards kind of suck. But I've like aggressively tried to burn like Mindscape into my head when it comes out because of the amount of times I forgot about that and then choked. So now I'm in the phase of the opposite happening, where now I am forgetting when it gets destroyed. If I play this, next turn I'll have 5 energy. Doesn't matter all too much. I'm assuming it's gonna be something Carnage. I mean, the She-Hulk's never going to be that good, so we could just play her as a 4/6. So this is looking like one of those rounds where Death Wave is a possibility.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Okay, so the goal here should be, how do we win multiple lanes? We can take this one no matter what. So it kind of becomes a matter of they play Death and what else and where. They have priority, so I could Shang here. That'll beat a Death, but it won't beat potentially other cards, but I think that's our only play. I was not expecting a 6 Power Magneto. That was a very, very tight win. That one was tight as heck. Let's hop into the next one. Alrighty, we've got our next opponent. We actually have not seen the mine yet. Part of me wants to just get armor out, especially on that lane, since we can't play there for a while. I think they were YOLOing, hoping that was Collapse Mine, and then they'd be able to steal a win location there. I'm gonna go for this into Black Bolt. Oh, they got Zabu though, so our odds are stacked against us. Very stacked. They Especially because Death is a dead card if we don't hit the mines or play a destroy opponent. This is Zabukila. Honestly, I don't think Wong does anything for us here. I think we just pass and go for like She-Hulk Shang. The double armor, though, I think is going to prevent us from doing a lot here. Like, this might be able to take this lane with 13, but +5 only gets us to 13 here. And I don't think that's enough to take this. And more than likely, they're going to be discarding like an Infinite or a Chavez or something else along those costs. So I don't like our odds there. If I play this, that's the tough part about Dracula. And they have Zabu. So this one should be a forfeit, but we might play it out just to see how things end, because I don't think we can beat both of these lanes. This one's already locked up. I assume Dracula's staying right where he is. And I have priority, so Shang doesn't even do anything. Yeah, I think we lose, but we'll find out. Oh no, wow, okay. That wound up being the play. I can't, oh no, that was the only card left when they did their hand. I was gonna say, I can't help but feel like they had a better card in hand. But I guess us discounting the Typhoid Mary wound up being, or discarding the Typhoid Mary wound up being pretty important there. So that might be an unofficial Black Bolt victory. Although, if they didn't, they might have just, they probably would have played Enchantress plus Mary middle this turn anyway. So I still think Black Bolt probably secured this win for us. Let's hop into one more though. Playing against God? Actual God, okay. Unfortunately, Adelan will shuffle in all of these cards. And God is playing, looks like a pretty aggressive Hella deck. We just pass. Oh, we actually had the Absorbing Man Spider-Man combo. We'll play Zabu, they'll get a rock on their side over Eternity range. If I could draw Moon Girl now. Alas. Just play some cards out. Next turn we will have 6 energy. I like that we got Death back, but Shang and Spider-Man are going to be awkward here. We're going to pull a Morbius. And they're just going to retreat. Victory. I will take it. And I'm not going to count that as the last one, though, so we'll get one more. God just, I guess, did not draw the card. All right. We've got a match against Gemagax, and Collapse Mine is instantly here. I wish this was Death instead of She-Hulk. It'd be an easier copy since she'd be in front. But alas, I'm still going to play out armor, and we'll build towards maybe dropping some big boys in this lane. We've got a movement deck coming. I think we just pass into She-Hulk. The only tough thing with playing into Necrosha against a multiple man movement deck is Heimdall here last turn gives them 6 plus 5 for 11. So we still need a little bit more juice into this lane. Unfortunately, if I play Moon Girl, I will not copy Death.
Opponent snap.
I'm getting a snap. Wish I had Spider-Man right now. Can we win this? We have Death to pack a pretty big punch somewhere at some point. I assume a Vulture or something is coming down over here. I can get plus 5 power on Sunspot. Just don't think it's going to be enough. Well, yes, we did get blown out. What in the absolute hell is this doing in a movement deck? In any way, shape, or form? Okay. That's looking like a guaranteed loss, because they're going to move 10 power over here. Look at the 15. We'd have to pass with all 6. And I'm assuming they're going to have Heimdall here, so we'd have to get at least 3 additional power over there. Guess I should have played Death last turn, but never in a million years was I expecting a random leech in a move deck. I think we just take that L. Props to you, I guess. it worked. But I'm going to get one more, because that was a very weird game to end on. I'm still absolutely shook from the random leech last game. I mean, I know that I don't know every single deck list out there, but I don't know if even one time I've seen that happen. So I will keep that in my back pocket in the future to try and learn from. I mean, that was the card I was going to play anyway, so I guess it works out. I don't really want to copy any of this, so we might just pass for now. Passing doesn't feel great, though. I could technically just play Moon Girl, and it would copy all that, and technically if I wanted to copy again, I could just play Absorbing Man. Alright, so I mean, with the Avatar plus this, we're looking at Cerebro 2 more than likely. Now the unfortunate thing is we're not drawing any of our very good cards. We have no She-Hulk, we have no Death, we have no Black Bolt. Never mind on the Cerebro thing. I guess this is a Surfer deck. This will get me to 17, but they're going to get 12 into this lane at some point. I don't even know what I do here. Guess we'll pass so She-Hulk can cost 1. Now, if I could draw Black Bolt, this might win the game. But I think we have to go She-Hulk into Black Bolt instead of the reverse order. And the question also becomes, if I'm confident, I'm going to discard Silver Surfer here. Which I might not be, because they have 6 energy. They might play it all out now. So it still might be better to go... Because I was thinking if we can avoid that, we could play She-Hulk here and that would win. But I think the more responsible line is to do that. Let's say if they don't play Surfer this turn. They did play Surfer this turn. We discarded their Shang-Chi that they stole from us. That is pretty baller. So they've got 1 card to save the day. We can add 7 power to this lane. Do I think they have a random buff? I don't. Technically, these both would copy Black Bolt, and we're going to get the victory. For a second time, Black Bolt actually is going to help us lock it up, because if Black Bolt didn't discard that Shang-Chi, She-Hulk was dead, and then we lose. And if they didn't play the Silver Surfer last turn, which good play by them to play it out on turn 5 instead of 6, they were just going to have 0 power on the board, because we were just going to wipe that Surfer out. So that worked out pretty well. We didn't really get to show off a lot of like the high power scenarios where you Moon Girl your She-Hulk and Death, or you do your Absorbing Man Spider-Man. But we played a bunch of, you know, what I would call average games with the deck. It didn't do especially well, but it kind of just did its minimum game plan, and it still worked out okay for the most part. So, not too bad. Obviously, if Collapsing Mines is not the featured location, you don't run Death. Probably run something else instead. You can run like a Doctor Doom for a backup plan with Wong, kind of similar to the other Black Bolt deck we played previously. But yeah, I mean, it worked out. It's not the strongest deck, but it's a pretty fun deck to play with the Collapsing Mines. But yeah, that's going to be it for now, guys. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you're new to the channel, and we will see you guys next time.